What if I told you that the most reliable RV you could ever own is sitting right now on Craigslist for less than your last vacation cost? Every year, millions of people walk into RV dealerships, sign a loan for $100,000, and drive home thinking they just made the smartest purchase of their life. But here's the brutal truth nobody in that showroom will ever tell you. Most new RVs are built to fall apart. Thin walls, cheap particle board, plastic fittings, slide-outs that leak before the warranty's even up. Meanwhile, a handful of older motorhomes, forgotten, undervalued, sitting ignored on the used market, are still running after 300,000 miles. Some after 400,000. One of them? 500,000 miles. On the original engine. These were built at a time when engineers cared more about longevity than profit margins. Today, we're counting down 5 dirt-cheap RVs that nobody buys. But that will outlast every single new RV rolling off a lot today. By the end of this video, you'll wonder why you ever looked at anything else. Let's get into it. Body number 5. The Winnebago Brave, 1977 to 1986. We're starting at the very bottom of the price ladder. The Winnebago Brave is the one you've seen rotting in someone's driveway for years. Ugly brown stripes, harvest gold curtains, a Chevy 4.54 V8 that sounds like a tank. And because of all that, people scroll right past it. Good, because that means you can pick one up for as little as $3,000. Here's what those people are missing. The Brave was built on a custom Class A steel ladder frame. The walls are wood-framed with a steel skin. The fiberglass caps are heavy gauge. This is not the hollow, delaminating shell you find on cheap modern coaches. This is a real coach. That Chevy 4.54 engine is the same motor Chevrolet put in their heavy trucks. Simple. Carbureted. Rebuild parts sold at every auto parts store in America. The TH400 automatic transmission behind it has been rebuilt by mechanics since 1964. Nothing proprietary. Nothing that needs a dealership scan tool. You fix it yourself in your driveway with a socket set. Documented examples have crossed 250,000 miles with nothing more than routine overhauls. The chassis outlives the engine by decades, meaning when the motor finally needs a refresh, you drop in a rebuilt 4.54 and keep going. Yes, the fuel economy is brutal. 6 miles per gallon on a good day. Plan for it, budget for it. Because the rest of your ownership cost is so low, you're still ahead of anyone writing payments on a new rig. But if you want an engine that sips fuel, gets double the mileage, and still hits 300,000 miles, that's exactly what number 4 delivers. Number 4. The Bluebird/Globetrotter on Ford Econoline, 1981 to 1998. Same era, same price range, completely different fuel story. Through the 1980s and 90s, builders like Bluebird and Globetrotter were mounting large Class C bodies onto the Ford E350 heavy-duty chassis, the same platform Ford used for work trucks and ambulances. Built for punishment, earlier models came with the Ford 460 cubic inch V8, a 7.5-liter engine with a reputation for going 250,000 miles on basic maintenance. Later models stepped up to the legendary 7.3-liter IDI diesel, the predecessor to the Power Stroke, with documented cases hitting 300,000 to 400,000 miles. That number is not exaggerated. That's just what these motors do. The chassis is a full steel frame with a solid rear axle and leaf springs, overbuilt far beyond what the body above it demands. Fiberglass walls, utilitarian interiors. Very few electronics. Very few things to break. Road-ready examples regularly sell for under $10,000. Some project units go for 2 to 5. And when something does break, you're ordering Ford truck parts, available at every AutoZone, every O'Reilly, every junkyard in the country. One 1987 Bluebird on a 460 was still being daily driven past 270,000 miles into the 2020s. That's not an anomaly. That's just what happens when you maintain them. Now, what if you wanted all that durability in something smaller, something that parks in a normal spot and has the most devoted enthusiast community on the planet? The next one might be the most beloved camper ever built. Number 3. The VW Type 2. T3 Westfalia, 1979 to 1992. You already know this one. The boxy Vanagon. The Westfalia Pop Top. People scroll past it because prices seem high for something so old. A clean T3 in good shape runs $15,000 to $30,000. But what you're getting is a vehicle with galvanized steel panels, a simple rear-mounted flat-four engine, and a parts network so devoted that components are still manufactured specifically for these 30-year-old vans today. The T3 was designed to be fixed by a guy in a field with basic tools. Everything is accessible. Everything is logical. The diesel models, the 1.6 TD, are the long-distance champions. A 1985 Synchro four-wheel drive T3 has been documented at 535,000 miles on its original diesel engine. That number is not a typo. 500,000 miles. The Westfalia Pop Top gives you a real bed above the cab. The fold-out kitchen has a two-burner stove and a compact fridge. It's a complete living system in a vehicle the size of a minivan. Parks anywhere a car parks. Fits in a standard garage. And it holds its value in a way almost no other RV does. This isn't just a camper. It's a lifestyle that genuinely runs for decades. But if the VW is beloved for simplicity, what about something built with German precision and a diesel engine so tough that its design philosophy still influences Mercedes today? Number 2 is in a class by itself. Number 2, the Airstream Classic, 1970s to 1990s. This is the one people recognize from a mile away. Polished aluminum, aircraft rivets, and a design that refuses to die both physically and culturally. The Airstream Classic wasn't built like a typical RV. It was built more like an airplane fuselage, using a semi-monocoque aluminum shell with riveted construction instead of the cheap laminated walls that bubble, crack, and fall apart in modern trailers. It ages like a machine that simply doesn't accept retirement. Inside, you get real cabinetry, aluminum framing, and systems simple enough to tear down and rebuild without needing a dealership to diagnose something as basic as a light switch. And because Airstream kept its designs consistent over decades, parts compatibility is surprisingly strong. Now here's where it separates itself. There are documented Airstreams from the 1970s still on the road today, not as museum pieces but as fully functional, daily-use rigs. Number 1. The Toyota Motorhome/Chinook/Itasca Sunraider, 1982 to 1989. This is the one. Toyota's only Class C motorhome was built by Fuji Heavy Industries on the Toyota Hiace van chassis and sold in the U.S. as the Chinook and as the Itasca Sunraider through Winnebago. Quietly, it became one of the most over-engineered small motorhomes ever sold to the American public. The body is fiberglass over an aluminum frame with a reinforced steel front subframe. The 2.4-liter diesel, the same family of motors Toyota put in Land Cruisers working in the Australian outback, is rated by enthusiasts and mechanics alike as one of the most durable small diesels ever produced. One documented Chinook crossed 350,000 miles at 30 years old, on the original engine, with the original drivetrain. There are essentially no major design flaws in these vehicles. Failure modes that exist, cooling system corrosion, minor wiring wear, are routine maintenance items. Nothing structural, nothing catastrophic. Just wear items on an old vehicle, fixed with Toyota parts still manufactured and available worldwide. In the US, you're looking at $6,000 to $15,000 for a running example. Enthusiast demand is growing, so the window on these cheap deals is slowly closing. If you want one RV that you buy once, maintain carefully, and pass down, this is it. And that's your list. 5 RVs the market has completely overlooked, but that will run circles around anything on a dealer lot today. If this video changed the way you think about buying an RV, hit that like button right now. It helps more people find this content, and that builds a smarter, better-informed community around these incredible machines. Subscribe if you haven't already. We go deep on budget-focused RV ownership every single week. No fluff. No sponsored dealer content. Just real information for real travelers. And share this with someone who's thinking about buying an RV. Because the best thing you can do for a friend is save them from a 6-figure mistake. Drop in the comments, which of these 5 would you buy? And if you already own one, tell me your mileage.